Yeah, we're back. And apparently there's been some rumblings in the NightWish Nation. And I knew courting the wrath of the NightWish army could prove detrimental to my health. But apparently they're really nice people. So it is way past time for me to move my ass over here to the corner and point out a few things to all of you, okay? First off, Andrew Hutchinson says, because you love Groove so much, you need to do StoryTime live, Vakken 2013. You will love it. Greetings from England. Well, cheers, mate. That's great. But let's also not forget that Carlos wants a piece. Carlos Gary, by the way, he's a subscriber to the channel, so you got to give him props. Props to you, Carlos. Thank you very much for the subscribe. Hi, old school. And he quotes me, I was wrong. And honestly, I did say that. When I reacted to Romanticide after I did Ghost Love Score, I did say, oh, I was totally wrong. This band does have groove. This band does do more than just the epic slow stuff. I was wrong. And he says, so now that we've got that out of the way, how about Song of Myself or StoryTime next? Your pick. Equally epic, equally heavy. For your information, the suggestion not used in your next reaction will be included in the comments along with a fresh recommendation. So you will see one of these titles again in your next reaction comments. Thank you for the video, reaction, and comments. I'm glad you enjoy it. Stay safe, stay blessed with double devil horns, a black heart, and a smiley face. Thank you, Carlos. It's very interesting that he says, hey, do Song of Myself or StoryTime, but whichever one you don't do, I'm going to shove this one in your face till you do that one too. That's commitment. And not to be outdone, Jim Harris says, oh, and Jim Harris is also one of my amazing subscribers. Thank you so much, Jim, for your for subscribing and supporting the channel. You should check out StoryTime and Ghost River next from this Vakken show. In fact, you should just work your way through all the live stuff. Yeah. They have like 200 songs. I'm going to be here a while. Okay. They've said their piece. They can go away now. Heard you guys. Heard you. Okay. This is NightWish from Vakken 2013 StoryTime. Let's go.
I think it's time for a little story.
I think you are right, Miss Jansen.
It's definitely story time.
Imaginarium, nice. Ooh. Thank you for coming in with the bass run. Okay, every time I mean, honestly, I'm just going to say this. Anytime this woman whips that hair, I think she's going to hit the mic stand and throw it into the crowd and kill two bystanders. I mean, she's not just whipping it. She's, it's dangerous, people. Nice. I'm sorry. Wait. Okay. Every time I watch NightWish, I see something different, something that catches my eye. And you would think that it would be the fire shooting out of the horns from the Vakken symbol, but no. The thing that I keep seeing that's making me laugh is the drummer. Okay, I want you to. I mean, when you see him from behind, it looks like he's just playing the drums, but no, he's not. He's actually in a horse race, and he's riding this horse until he kills it. Watch his face, look at his hunch, and tell me this dude's not riding a horse. Watch it. Look at him. Look. Dude, hauling ass, bro. Oh, I like that. He's doing it again. Okay, is there nothing that they do that isn't for a purpose? The setup for the keyboardist with the wraparound looks like medieval turned out organ pipes. The lead guitarist has all of his area. He's more making individual connections with the crowd, which is great. Floor's outfits are always like epic, you know? It's just something she does. Every little bit of her outfit has a point to it. It's controlled. It's beautiful, but yet it's still powerful. The drummer has this, I swear to God, with the bandana and everything. And some people have pointed out that the black bandana is kind of his thing for a while. It just looks like he's going to jump off the stage, jump on his motorcycle, and ride to the next show. Yeah, I know he got that from Neil Peart, but he looks more like a motorcycle outlaw than a motorcycle just casual rider. I'm also catching again on this song as well. Some of you, I mentioned it for Romanticide, and I'm catching it on this one too. Some of the keyboard accompaniments, some of the little higher end little dabbles that he puts in there for accents, it kind of reminds me of Wings from the song Live and Let Die. It still has that. There are things that some bands do that will remind me of other bands. And for those of you who are young, that may not occur to you yet. But some of us who are older, and a lot of NightWish fans, I mean, I've gotten more comments from people go, "You're old." No, you're not. I'm old. You know, they're like 10 years, 20 years older than me. Okay, fine. They're the elders of heavy metal. Respect your elders. But some things that us elders remember is that when we think about these classic bands, like if we hear something that someone does that reminds us of Rush, we're going to go, oh my God, I remember when Rush did something like that. Or something that reminds us of, let me just think of a few names for you. Yes, Paul McCartney and Wings. When you add epic keyboards to a rock band, even if they're a metal band or a regular rock band, Wings was kind of doing that before everyone else is doing it, you know, in the 70s and early 80s. So people needed to address that. That's some of that comes from that. But then you're talking about, you know, when we go back and we hear iconic sounds, if somebody was to come through and you hear a lot of stuff in the Foo Fighters albums that you'll sometimes resonance from Nirvana, well, that's because Dave Grohl was in both. You know, and so was one of the guitarists was also with Nirvana when they were a 4-piece. So there's gonna be those resonances that people carry on. But when we think about things like anytime somebody starts doing that roundabout metal thing where you have a breakdown and the drummer's just double pedaling and they're just driving through something and it's da 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 da. It reminds me of Pantera. Okay, and these are bands that don't exist anymore. Okay, Pantera is no longer with us. Nirvana's sound's not going to come back. You know, there are bands that no longer tour anymore because of, you know, we will never see Rush live again because Neil's gone. You know, and Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson have said, if we're all three of us are not here, we're not playing. So we will never see Rush live again. So all those who are enjoying these shows, I'm so glad that YouTube exists to capture these live shows like a Wacken show or a Wembley Stadium show, where you see these iconic bands do what they do best. And NightWish has its little spot in symphonic epic metal that, you know, they're the best at what they do. Now, are there a lot of other ones that do it just as well? Yes. But are they NightWish? No, because NightWish has become very iconic, as I have learned because the NightWish army tells me so. But I'm catching on. I'm just really excited that NightWish has been around for a long time. And they've been around even longer, you know, like some people have reminded me that Floor is the third singer of their band. So they've been around a long time. They've been doing this epic music for a very long time. And they've paved the way for a lot of the other bands that we get to enjoy like them. So it's always good to see this stuff. And I'm going to stop talking. I've blabbled on enough, but I do that sometimes. Keeps me from getting too many copyright strikes. He's doing it again. What is the drummer doing? Is he ducking? Is someone shooting at him? I'm just saying. I get it. It's fun though. The overhead clap. There you go. I like that. I like this. Okay, I'm sorry to stop it in the middle of that, and we're going to go back. I'm actually going to bring it back a little bit so we can see all of this again. The drums are in a battle rhythm, like it is not just a little breakdown. He's like pushing it. It's epic. It's epic time. They're building it up. The keyboard he is layering the synths. He's layering the symphonic tones. The bass player is driving with the drums to make sure we realize what's going on, because that bass player right now is leading that overhead clap. The entire audience is into it. And I think that's one of the reasons why NightWish has 100,000 people at Wacken singing along with him. Because you know what you see in a NightWish show? You do see an even number of people. You see old, you see young, you see male, you see female. And that's the sign of a great epic band. There is something to say when you're so niche into something that you alienate a certain demographic. Okay, when I was growing up, the only people that were going to Slayer shows, Pantera shows, you know, etc., were guys. I mean, you were not seeing women there. Okay, but then when you see bands kind of segue into it, where they change their design and their storytelling allows everyone to be able to join in. I mean, you're looking out at this crowd, and I guarantee you, this part that I'm about to replay again, everybody in that crowd knows the words. They're singing with her. They're not singing what she's singing because she's breaking the freaking glass in the top of this building that doesn't exist with her voice because she's going operatic high, which is completely epic. And when she does it, her embouchure's open. She has this smile. Her eyes are alight. It's one of the most beautiful things you'll see. So we're gonna back it up because we got to see it again. I mean, you know you want to. So let's do it. Storytelling. Epic storytelling, which is why it's called StoryTime. Reprisal back to the chorus. That's awesome. Damn, it's good. It's so good. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. That picture says it all. 100, close to 100,000 people, hands in the air, overhead clap. That's how you know you're reaching people. I'm going to say it again. This one is probably my second favorite to Romanticize. I still think Romanticize is my favorite NightWish song so far. Storytime's probably a very close to because of the way they layered this story, because of the way they built this story. I've done a few reactions, and a lot of you guys have seen my reactions. I've reacted to some pretty heavy shit. Destroyer comes to mind. But the thing about it is, okay, NightWish is not the fastest band. They're not the most dynamically technical metal core band there is. But they do what they do better than anybody else that I've seen so far in a very long time. The last time I saw a band that could tell a story like this, honestly, you're starting to get into the, my three favorite bands of all time, and I'm going to tell you who they are, and you're going to go, really? Here's my three top bands in order, okay? And I'm not going by number one, number two, number three. I'm going to go by era, okay? Led Zeppelin. Because they played what they played and they told stories. Their storytelling was amazing. If you ever want to see it, go off and look at the Madison Square Garden performance. Song remains the same. That's some storytelling, okay? That's probably one of the best live concerts they did. And the storytelling they do is why so many people love them. My second band that I really got into was Rush. Because Rush... I'll talk about some freaking storytelling, man. 2112, Hemispheres are probably my two favorite albums. Because Hemispheres, 2112 was the breakthrough of the one side 20-minute, 30-minute epic song storytell was 2112. And I think they reached their peak of that storytelling in Hemispheres. And then they went to Permanent Waves and Moving Pictures, where they got more commercial. But even when they went more commercial, they were still telling stories all the way up until, their last album. So Rush was a great storytelling band. And then the next storytelling band was one that I really got a hold of when I became an adult. Okay. Because remember, Rush was in my childhood and my teenage years. And Moving Pictures, which is their most iconic album, their most successful album, I was 10. I was 10 years old. I mean, come on. I'm not going to appreciate them at 10. So the next band that really got with me, and people are going to go, huh? Okay. Coheed and Cambria. Because that is another epic storytelling band that really may not be the hardest, fastest, whatever, but they are really good at layering their sound, layering their music, and their storytelling and lyric writing is, again, it is true storytelling. I see NightWish becoming number 4 for me when it comes to storytelling. Now, look, there's a lot of music out there, and I already told everyone the first thing you see in my description is I've missed out on 15 years of metal music. And it's not just metal music, it's a lot of other music too. So we're going to explore it all, or at least we're going to try. But so far, NightWish is definitely on that storytelling Mount Rushmore for me. Now, for all of my European friends out there, we'll call it the Pantheon. they're in the Pantheon of storytelling bands for me. For me, this guy, not for all of you. Everyone has their own particular bands. But some of you are going to realize that maybe what I'm saying is making a little sense to you because you're kind of seeing it too. And it's just Led Zeppelin, Rush, Coheed and Cambria. It's an evolution of storytelling, and NightWish is just doing it their way. No, NightWish is not the musicianship of Rush. They're not going to be the sole cutting edge musical experimentation of Led Zeppelin. But similar to Coheed and Cambria has a cult following that is not commercially huge per se, but they have a very devoted fan base who not only believes, understands, but cherishes the fact that they do storytelling in a way that a lot of bands don't do anymore, because it's more fun to be commercially acceptable than to be who you are. NightWish is who they are, and I think it's awesome. StoryTime is probably my second favorite song. Like I said, Romanticide is number 1 already right now, and here's the thing, Romanticide and StoryTime, I haven't seen them I haven't heard them in studio / video mix. I've only seen them live at Wacken 2013. So that's what I'm basing it on, a live performance. So there we go. That was StoryTime. NightWish, Wacken 2013. Holy cow. Fine. Andrew, Carlos, Jim. Yeah, you guys are right. You guys are 100% right. Thank you for that amazing idea to do this song. That was awesome. Before I go, I just want to let everyone know to please like and subscribe to the channel, please. We're growing awesome. So many comments, so much support. It has been amazing. You guys have uplifted my spirits, because I got to be honest with you, I kind of hit a wall earlier this week. There was so much growth in the first week that I got really, really excited, and then reality set in when I realized that, and I'm going to be honest with you, because a lot of people aren't. I'm doing all of this for free right now because all these reactions, they're doing thousands of views, right? Especially the NightWish songs, because you guys love them. I'm not going to get money from those. Okay, that's going to go to the people who own the rights to NightWish's music, to Sabaton's music, to Ginger, Bandmate. Those companies who own the rights to those songs are going to get the revenue from those views, and that's okay. There's nothing I can do about it. That is their stuff. But I am doing all this. So a lot of you out there have told me, hey, make a Patreon and we'll support you. And I didn't know what that meant. And I looked into it and I made one. So there is a Patreon set up. The link for it is in the description. If you want to support this channel, please do. It helps with the internet costs and the lighting and the equipment that we have that we're putting together, and of course my time. But I do this because I love it. And I love making everyone happy and getting all the comments, because interacting with all of you around the world with this stuff that all of you love And all of you watching me fall in love with this with you is what I'm really doing this for. But there are some special things in the Patreon. The first level of Patreon is just because you love being it. There's a community in there where we can talk. You can ask questions. I will answer questions. You'll get a little inside track to what's going on. Also, the people that are on Patreon are going to find out which songs I'm uploading like a day, 2 days before I even do them. So you know they're coming. There's another layer of Patreon, the next tier up. You got, though, that layer are the people that can pick any song they want. They get access. If they want me to do a song, I'm going to do the damn song. And if it sucks, I told them that if you do that level of sponsorship, just realize that if you send me to do some crazy song, I'm dragging your ass with me, and I will put your name at the top of that, on the top of the screen, and go, this jackass told me to do it. So it's all on you, Playboy. So if you send me off to do another hypa video, it's going to be on you. So anyway, whether you do that or not doesn't matter. Let's be honest. If you do it, I appreciate it greatly. If you don't, you're still part of the family. And we are learning this stuff together. It's been a great learning curve for me. It's so crazy. But that was, again, this was awesome. And I want to thank those three guys for suggesting this song. Check out all my NightWish stuff. I love the stuff. I need to know the next song. Okay. Obviously we did NightWish. I have another Amaranth song coming tomorrow. I think it's Power, which is interesting. It's a collaboration with another singer, so I'm interested in that. Some heavy imagery. Stay tuned for that. That's coming a little bit later today. Yeah, this is Old School Nerd. Yes, I'm an old school nerd, and I am old. But again, you're never too old to experience new things and enjoy amazing music like NightWish, StoryTime Live, and Vakken. We'll see you guys later. It's Old School Nerd. Peace.